Hey guys, what's going on? It's been a while. I've got two simple projects today, just something little on this car. So this is a Ford Fiesta MK6 and I've got two little things I want to do. So on the back, the rear indicators, they have like this weird hazy whitey glow. They're just not nice. So I wanted to go with something that would make them pop, like a really bright orange. And that's why I'm going with these. So if you just look at these are some orange LED indicators that say they should fit the back of this Ford Fiesta MK6. Now if they do or not, that's another story, but we're going to find out together. And then another thing I wanted to do, because I've got a blue stitched leather gear gaiter, I wanted to get the same but for my handbrake. So blue stitching, it will match the rest of like my dash, match my seats, match my gear stick and my gear stick gaiter, and it will just look nice. It's a little thing that I've been putting off for a little while. Yeah, I finally just came around to going, you know what, just buy it. If I've been waiting this long for it, I may as well just get it. We'll start off from the inside of the car. We'll start off with this gear gaiter, because hopefully as it gets darker, we'll be able to see these indicators much better. So first of all, I'm going to start off with this handbrake gaiter. Basically the aim is to get this to go all the way over it. I'll put it on this side for you. To go over the handbrake, and it sits where this line is. So it's got this textured bit on the handbrake. The aim is to get it to sit like sort of just down here, so the handle like comes out of it. So the first thing you need to do is there's this little section that's, you can't really see, it's just off screen, but this back bit here, you can see that if you pull up from the back, so you just pull up, pop, that'll come up just like that. You can just take that straight out. Now you've got the handbrake and everything that's just open. I'm assuming, I've never done this before so I don't know. I'm assuming you can just shuffle it over the top. It's slightly elasticated around this edge, but also at the same time not really. That's not what I wanted to happen. I'm hoping the further I go down, the more I can tuck that away. Like if I... God, this is fiddly. That's looking cool though. I like it already, except from this bit. Oh. I'm just trying to stretch it out a little bit, so I'm just putting my fingers in it just to open it up a bit more. So that's what I've got it to now. So if I can just try again, I'm going to try and shimmy it around this time rather than just forcing it on. Oh, there you go, that's the one, that's the one, that's the one. Oh, it's starting to roll, so got a little pen. A little pen or something would do. Actually, instead of using the pen, use this little point to push in all around this edge, because as it starts to pull down, it starts to roll out. So if you just start shoving it back in that way with this, to finish it off, you just pull these little bits around the bottom and everything. Obviously you can do it however you want to do it, but you can be a bit more precise, you can be less precise. Like this isn't sat like directly on the gear gaiter itself. No, on the this isn't sat on the handbrake gaiter itself, sorry. Because when I put this bit under, like you took it under, it pulls this bit down. Just watch this. Yeah, you see that? It went down a couple millimetres, but that couple millimetres is enough to annoy me a teeny tiny bit. So, I'm just going to pull it up and just leave this off. Get this other piece back so I can show you how we put these back on. You put that over there. There we go. Sweet. So, the way you put these back in, there's a clip at the front, you push that in, there you go, and then there's a clip at the back, and you just push that in, and it sits in just like that. You can wiggle these around, play with them, do whatever. Mostly happy with this. I'm just a bit annoyed with how it sits. It doesn't really sit very nicely over this section here at the front, but it's a handbrake gaiter. Does it really matter all that much? Not really. It's for pure aesthetic. I'll put my brake down, and it's just pulled down. and it's pulled it out of place. Look at that, it's all gone all wrinkly and stuff. So maybe, just maybe, it is designed to hook around the bottom. So let's pop this back up. So this is me putting it properly underneath everything, making sure it's all tucked in with my handbrake down. There you go. And then let's put this back on. Obviously it's not as nice as I wanted it to be, but a bit of plastic's back in. And then it does this pinchiness. So do it at your own risk. If you do this, expect to get this wrinkliness when you pull the handbrake back up because it pinches against the back. I'm assuming that there's a way to make it tight, really tight. So like coming down, that's really great. I mean, I say that, but it's like kind of bent to one side. But coming back up, watch this. Get my hand out of the way. And you see it like all wrinkle up. Like you may want that, but it makes the handbrake a little tougher to pull up, which I'm not a big fan of. So I'll probably find a different way to run this, and I'll probably show you guys in the future if I find a different way of mounting it and having it so it doesn't wrinkle up like this. I'd have to look on some forums and stuff of people who have already done this, and then bam. But now to move on to these bad boys and take these outside. So we've just come around the back of the Ford Fiesta, and obviously this is the boot. The lights are either side of the boot, obviously. The way you get these off, it would be easier if I move my parcel shelf, you might be able to see. The way you actually get these off is this top bolt here, and there's a bottom bolt just down there. On the back of these headlights there's also a plastic wing nut. I'll just show you the location of these. So you've got a carpet that's just back here. It'll be easier to show you on the opposite side actually. So where these cables go, if you just pull the carpet back a little bit, like this, if you can see in there, where that hole is, there's a little wing nut just up in there. You'll find it, you won't be able to miss it. And these bolts here on the top and bottom are T25s, so it's a Torx spot, so you just get your Torx and your T25, put it in and undo it. I'll see if I can do it on camera actually. I think I've actually changed one of the brake lights on this side before already, so I'm changing the indicator now obviously, and then do that last bit by hand. So pretty much it. Keep that safe and we'll come back to that. Okay, so once you get that off, this is what you should see in the back. You've got a light at the top. I think that's your brake light. That orange one is obviously your indicator, and that one is a reverse light. So the ones we're going to be changing are the orangey boys. They're the ones that sit in this little compartment just here. So I've just fitted this in. It works like a normal bayonet light, so you just push it in and twist. This is the actual indicator in its place. I'm going to test it before I put it all back together. I know it's dangerous just leaving it resting on there, but it'll do. Now you can see how fast that is. Yeah, that's because this isn't actually pulling the same amount of power as the old one used to. So it's actually causing these, my side ones, to flicker on real quick, and these ones will be going rapid as well. So I've got to buy some actual ones. So it's slightly more expensive ones, but that's how you change your indicator bulbs, basically. So the way you actually get these out is, if I can show you, you'll see the little gaps at the top. So these little gaps at the top, you'll twist it and it's got little pins on that come sliding straight out of those gaps. It's as easy as that, you just twist them in. I'll show you one here. So this is my old indicator. Like, look how damaged that is. I need a new one of these. You see how it's got those little pins? Those little pins slide into the little holes just on this orange thing here. As easy as that, and you just bang it back in. I'm going to go home, buy some new ones, and I'll fit them. But I'll show you what these ones will look like and why I want to change them. So the reason I wanted to change these anyway in the first place was, look at this. Like, I get that that's
it's more yellow than white, but it's not quite as orange as I wanted it to be. I'm gonna go home, get the right bulbs, and get them changed. So I'll probably see you again in another video sometime soon to getting them changed.
So I've been home for a few hours, and I've actually found out that when you're doing LED indicators, you're supposed to put a little resistor on there called a ballast resistor, because it doesn't pull the right amount of watts or amps, or I don't know. Electricity isn't my thing, but you're supposed to slow down the current or whatever, because halogen bulbs pull more than LED bulbs, because LED bulbs are more power efficient or whatever. So if any of that makes sense to anybody, just make sure you get a ballast resistor. You wire one end into a turn signal and then the other end into the ground wire that goes into the light. If that helps at all. Both of those mods I wasn't happy with. So the problem with this, it doesn't fit properly. You pull up on the handbrake and it starts bunching up. So if you guys know any other way of mounting this, please let me know, because I really, really want this to work. And then for my indicators, that's basically just don't buy cheap parts. I found out after I bought them that it said they didn't have like a relay or something in them, which means they messed with the timing of your indicator. But I read that after I bought it, so I committed. Other than that, I feel slightly defeated, but I'm going to come back and I'm going to get those indicators done. And if somebody can please help me out, I'm going to like go through all the forums and everything looking for how to get this handbrake gaiter fitted. And I'm sorry I've called it a gear stick gaiter through most of this video, and I know I'm going to have to caption it all throughout the entire video. So, whoops, I guess. But I hope you guys stick around, because this is my first attempt at a proper car video with my camera and a microphone and everything. I hope you guys stick around to see more, because with the weather starting to get a bit better, obviously the coronavirus has just rolled in and I can't really go outside anyway, but as soon as the weather starts to get better, like the sun's starting to come out now, we can actually all go out and work on our cars. It's car show season soon, if the coronavirus hasn't ruined all of our car festivals and car shows that we're going to. Stick around, because I feel like I'm going to do some more videos about the car. Yeah? Alright, I've been Brett, and you've been totally awesome. I wasn't actually going to do that ending, so there you go. There's a little treat for you.